Hi there, welcome to the Life on the Film Set podcast. My name is Nick Payne and this is...
I'm George Artin.
This is my friend George. And this is a podcast about...
How to work on film set with different team and how to get better at it.
Yeah, how to be effective on
Exactly.
a film set, how to be a good human being, how to be an effective worker, how to maximize your relationships when you walk onto a set for the first time.
I agree, 100%.
Excellent. So before we dive deeper into anything,
Sure.
just quickly tell me, George, what you do on a film set.
Mainly I'm a first AC,
Yep.
but also I do a bit of gaffing and gripping as well.
Yeah, cool. And I'm a bit the same. So yeah, camera crew mainly.
Yep, mainly camera crew.
So yeah, second AC, first AC, sometimes DP on some projects. But also been known to do a bit of writing, a bit of directing myself as well.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything yet together.
Not together in that, but we will.
Yes.
We definitely will be. So I want to ask you a couple of questions. So, what's great about working in film? Why did you get into it? Why do you keep doing it?
Actually, I always loved acting when I was young.
Oh, really?
But from back home,
Yep.
I was really into all the actors, like, all big Hollywood ones. And when I came to Australia, and it's about 15, 16 years ago, I did acting classes.
Wow.
With a friend of mine, we wrote the script as a sitcom because I used to own a cafe. So what happens in a cafe?
Okay.
It was called Boys in a Cafe.
Yep.
We tried, but it didn't work out.
Okay.
So then, when it didn't happen, I said, okay, I'll transition to behind the scenes,
camera.
behind the camera or behind the scenes, And that's how it started. Then I went TAFE. I studied film and media.
Yeah, cool.
And then just in the last 3 years, I'm doing full time.
Yeah, cool. I think that's a really interesting journey. So, for me, when I was a kid, I used to shoot Super 8 stuff on a friend's mum's camera, and he lived in Linfield, and we had this massive billy cart that we'd ride down Fiddens Wharf Road, I think, the steep road, and I cut up a golf cart and made some grip gear to mount the Super 8 camera on the billy cart to make our race cam, or billy cam as we called it, and kind of got started.
That's impressive.
Yeah, mucking around with film, doing that. I haven't been to TAFE. I haven't been to TAFE or formally, quote unquote, formally studied film. I did a short course on lighting at Afters a number of years ago that I really loved. And other than that, a lot of what I've done is self-taught. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
I'm kind of the same because only I did the certificate 3 at TAFE, because I was doing at nights because I had a business during the day.
Okay.
And I tried to do the cert 4, but they didn't have it.
Yeah.
And I let it as it is.
Okay.
And just work on sets and in between.
Build that experience.
I had my business.
Learn things.
Yeah, and learn things watch from YouTubes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I did short courses, as you said, at Afters as well.
Yep.
I did the lighting one.
Okay.
I did the producing.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Back then, I did when the DSLRs came out the first time.
Oh, good.
The
Lord,
5D Mark IIs.
Yep.
So they had a course for that. I did that. Yeah. I did data wrangling course as well at Afters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, so I guess for me, the thing I love about film is that, and this might sound a bit dramatic, but I would say it anyway, I feel like the work we do makes the world a better place.
Yes.
Right? So I used to work in businesses.
Yep.
I was a business consultant, head of technology for a travel insurance company.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that work, those workplaces. But you kind of get to a point where you go, what is my work achieving in the world? It's helping making people at the top of the companies more wealthier, and not necessarily me.
Yes.
Whereas I think when you're working in film, you're fundamentally creating content, whether it's drama or documentary, that people will watch and will at the very, very least, just enjoy.
Yes.
At
definitely.
the most, it might inspire them or help
Give
them understand
some,
something about themselves or the world that they live in that they didn't know
the story
before.
and everything. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's I guess what keeps bringing me back to film and why.
For me, is mainly is like also bringing the director's vision to
Okay.
life.
Yep.
That's like one of
So the actual creative aspect of it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like just to bring all of his idea
Yeah.
on the screen. It's more than sometimes 500 people
Yeah.
working on that.
Yes. Yeah.
Or, for example, recently we did was like say 20 of us, and then we did that.
Yeah.
So that's like, and also everyone's coming together, working together.
Yeah, and I guess that's like, particularly like camera crew stuff, it's very easy
Yes.
to view the activity as a technical activity.
Yes.
But what it actually is having the technical knowledge to control technology
100%.
in order to achieve a creative
Yes.
result and output. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So tell me what's not so great about working on set in your experience.
Communication.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the key. It's not, sometimes it gets lost, especially there's a lot of people involved.
Yep.
That's one of the, for me. And how about you?
I think for me the thing that I find most frustrating is, and you touched on this before, film, particularly in Australia, and the way that it is structured as a system, and particularly a economic system,
Yes.
is all based around temporary work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that, so as a person working in film, that's challenging to make a living out of it. It's challenging to get into.
Exactly.
For the first time when you go, I want to get into film.
Yep.
But one of the things it means is that pretty much every gig you work on, you're working on set, and you are working for the first time with a group of people that you may never have met before.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so that's hard, right?
Yeah.
So that's a kind of nature of the beast. It makes the work hard. It means that you're spending time working out how to work with people rather than doing the work itself.
100% I agree with you that. Yeah.
And it creates this missed opportunity to work with people for a long period of time.
Yes.
And to get really, really good at working together and get really, really good at what you do and what you create.
No, yeah, like once you have your team, like say if you work few projects together, then you know exactly how to work with.
Yeah.
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 And then if you do like that, of course, it's going to get better and better every project you do, because you know exactly how to work. But yeah, it's always difficult first time. It's always first few days, as you said.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yep.
It's really
yeah,
because everyone's different. Everyone's different personalities. You don't know how to react, or so you always be cautious what to say or not to say, and
how to communicate with people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you want to be kind of truly innovating, so doing something that nobody else has ever done before, creating something new and novel, you have to get beyond that.
Of course,
us having to work out how to get on with each other. That really only ever comes, and I say this from my experience in other industries other than film. When I was working in business, other industries know that the way you achieve that is through long-lived teams.
Yes.
So that to me is a shortcoming of the way the film system works in Australia, and I'm sure other countries have similar experiences.
Yep, absolutely.
And I know other countries do have long-lived teams. So,
yeah, absolutely. That's why, like most, I guess in the US, a lot of people, they work together for a long time because they know exactly how to work.
Yeah, and I
know a few teams like that. They always work. Like it's few DPs and
potentially like the bigger scale of that industry
exactly
allows that to happen.
The top end,
So let's just talk for a minute about why we're doing this podcast.
Yes.
So I guess the question I want to ask you is, is how do you want us doing this, us creating this podcast and talking about life on life,
absolutely,
working on a film set. How do you want that to create better sets?
For me, just educate whoever's coming up, from say, still they're studying, or they want to get in, regardless. Just help them out, and guide them. This is for me.
Sure, yeah.
And basically help them out.
Yeah.
Because I learned hard way, basically.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a mentor or anything. I'm just as a self-taught, basically, both of us. Just I want to help them, basically.
Yeah.
Just help them, guide them, and hopefully, and then the industry should change as well.
Yeah.
Actually, especially in Australia, we don't have low budget, consistent work as in States or in Europe. They have more budget, looks like, because so many things they're creating. And looks like they have more consistent work. And then for me also the pay, that gap has to somehow be more steady for everyone. Not just certain departments get paid. And not the rest.
Yes.
It's not fair for everyone. It's not fair for, still they're doing the same hours. Everything else is the same. You know what I mean? Hopefully that will change. Hopefully this podcast will bring that, to help the industry.
And I guess, my hopes and dreams are a little bit similar. Like, I want us to talk about, talk about how you work on a film set. So if you're new on a film set, how you're a good follower on a film set.
Exactly.
How do you hear what's going on and go, yep, I'll get that done for you. If you're a leader on a film set, how do you be a good leader on a film set? And I guess one of my observations is education within the film industry is very focused on the technical skills.
Yes, exactly.
How do you use a camera? How do you light? How do you be a great production designer? How do you be a good producer? And what we're not teaching is leadership. We're not teaching interpersonal skills. So I think there's a good chance for us to talk about those things.
Absolutely.
And hopefully help some people.
Absolutely.
And I guess the best, one of the best things we can do is by just talking about things is getting other people talking about things to each
absolutely.
other.
Hopefully we get some guests on the track. And they talk about their experiences.
But the more people start talking about what's good and what's not so great about how the system works that we're in,
yes,
the more likely that positive change can happen to improve the things that are great.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's why we need just to guide them basically and then show them, hopefully if someone new comes in on a set first time, okay, we tell them this is how you do it. And recently we just did a project. We're helping, helping the director and DP. I really enjoyed that. And it was really fun for me.
Good.
The first day wasn't.
But we will talk about that.
Yes.
In one of our episodes.
Coming up.
Coming up. Let me just
for
people listening in. This episode has been really just an introduction about what we want to achieve and what we do want to talk about. And then some of the things we will talk about in the following episodes is in our the next episode. I want to talk about leading and following.
Sure.
Because I think this is really critical. How do you work well with people? I want to talk about flow.
Yes.
So how does the work that different people in different departments do on set connect together? How do you understand those connections and organise the set so that work flows really well? I want to talk about estimation. So some ideas around how you estimate how long it'll take to do things. Create good schedules. I want to talk about innovation. So how do you create an environment where innovation can occur, where people can try things, experiment.
New things, yes.
Hint, make mistakes.
Yes.
Right? Because that's
experiment.
the only way you create
That's all things. You can do,
And I think we want to do an episode on building culture.
Yeah.
So, you're, particularly if you're a leader on set, which might be you might be director, might be first AD, you might be producer. How do you go on to set going, there is going to be a culture on this set, and I need to create that culture? Because if you don't create that culture, a culture will emerge, and that culture may not be a positive culture. So you need to, as a leader, control that. So, so there's some of the things we're going to talk about.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
And as we go through, we will welcome feedback from anybody. And if there's things you want us to talk about, let us know. And we can do an episode on that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, cool. So thanks, George.
Thank you, Nick.
Cool. So that's it for our first episode.
Yes.
Our intro episode. Please tune in again. Check us out on the socials, which will appear on screen here. We're on Instagram at Life on the Film Set. We have a Facebook page called Life on the Film Set. And both of those are great ways to reach out to us and give us some feedback or reflect on what we've spoken about and get the conversation going. And we're also at www.lifeonthefilmset.com. We look forward to you going on this journey with us.
And come and join us.
Come and join us. Cheers.
Thank you.